He's saying you need to leave. He's not.
I mean, she's covered, so.
Yeah, she's covered.
She's covered.
If I wanted to see that, I would go to the strip club, not the gym.
What the f?
You're so desperate for attention. There's no doubt about it that she's doing this for shock, which is a crime. Oh no, more needy streamers. Again, more of them. Holy moly. Natalie Reynolds is under some heat. Now, who is Natalie Reynolds, you may be asking yourself? I have no idea. I just came across her on X and she's getting it from all angles. Probably not the best way to describe it, but she just went into a gym virtually naked. And we're gonna get into it. First, let's watch the clip and then we'll do a little deep dive into this insanity. Streamers are fucking annoying.
If you don't have clothes on, you need to be out of here, man.
I do have clothes on.
That's body paint.
Go closer.
How's your body paint?
That is body paint. I work in the industry enough to know. I work in the entertainment field.
He's saying you need to leave. He's not.
Yeah, leaving you out the owner.
No, no, report you for decency.
Report me.
Cool.
Good.
I mean, she's covered, so.
Yeah, she's covered.
She's covered. Also, we're not supposed to videotape all that.
This young lady goes into a gym, body painted with no clothes on. It seems to me that she has underwear on, and I'm not sure if she has tit guards on. What are they called? Bra. Doesn't have a bra on. And this guy's taking huge offense to it. He's going, hey, listen, I work in the entertainment field, and I know that what you're doing is not allowed in the gym. So people are going absolutely insane. She tweets this yesterday. Guy in the gym presses me for wearing painted pants. You gotta check out the X community notes. Let's take a look at it. Not only wearing painted pants to the gym for content is a violation of gym etiquette. There's also a form of exhibitionism, which is a crime. So we'll look that up. Is exhibitionism a crime? Indecent exposure. The mere act of public nudity or exposure of specific body parts is illegal in many parts of the US, while in others, the state must prove that a defendant specifically intended to cause shock, offense, or sexual gratification. Now, there's no doubt about it that she's doing this for shock. She's a low-level kick streamer. And as you know, kick streamers are the absolute worst. I'm not even gonna give them the gratification of naming them on my channel, but you know who these individuals are. 5.6 thousand comments under this video on X. You're a cringe ass fucking loser. If I ever see you, I'm whooping your ass. Okay, so Sydney is pretty pissed off. And best believe I'll be right beside her! Exclamation mark, but an odd space in between it. Are you not tired of this yet? Just put some goddamn clothes on. No one wants to go to the gym and see tits hanging out and pants shoved up your ass crack. Even my man says, yeah, if I wanted to see that, I would go to the strip club, not the gym. All right, let's check Billy's comment out. This is a good one. Nobody wants your musty box raw dogging on the same bench that everyone else has to use. I'm sure you have some venereal diseases that people don't want to be exposed to either. John says, I wouldn't mind. So obviously people are disgruntled about the fact that this lady is such a needy individual. If you guys have watched my channel before, you know that's one of my pet peeves, needy individuals. And these streamers are all the same. They all desperately need your donation. So what they do is they create these polarizing pieces of content that basically get people and to basically simp for them. This is a girl that sexualizes herself and gets young men to pay her donations. And they do that through using their parents' cards, I'm assuming. And this is true. If you just check out her Kick channel where she gets most of her views, I'm sure a good percentage of these are actually botted views. Kick has recently come under some heat for botting a lot of their views. So what that essentially means is that these aren't actual human beings watching this. But regardless, let's take a look at the quality of Natalie Reynolds' content. Okay, there we go. We have an Asian gentleman and Natalie Reynolds and they're blocking an aisle. Okay, this is just top shelf here. Look at her. This is what we're doing. We had a child waiting to go through the aisle, and we have men that are scantily clad and a woman that is in her bathing suit while they slip and slide all over an aisle. Let's look at some more of her quality content. This is what she basically does, if you guys were wondering.
Okay.
Is that him?
No. Dude, I thought he was gonna start getting mad at me. Okay, guys, we're gonna go again.
So it's just that in a nutshell. If you're a young guy and you've never seen a boob before, you'll probably lose your head.
Do you want one?
I wish I do.
You wish you'd... Why are you looking at me?
Nah, I wish I do.
Why are you looking at me? So she's playing coy because a camera's on her, and she's pretty much objectifying herself to a stranger who's just minding his business. So this is what we're getting.
Who's been a bad little girl.
She's like, no, don't do it. Donations, please. Please don't spank my booty, even though I brought you here to my house to do that while filming for live streaming. So that's basically what she does. Now, getting back to the viral painted pants situation, her argument in her defense is that men have done this before. Let's actually do the research before we throw her under the bus, even though I think she's, you know, making pretty content. She writes, so a guy YouTuber makes a video just like this, but when I paint myself, everyone is acting like the world is ending. Let me get my gains and shred in peace, please. So she's being funny there. She thinks she's being. This is a guy here who obviously has painted himself, both his shirt and his lower half. I don't know who this guy is. She didn't give great context. She just took a screenshot. I don't know if that's a private gym. I don't know if he owns a gym. I don't know if it's private hours. So I can't really base any of her statements on anything that's actually warranted. So this is the shot of her, and her argument is pretty simple. She's going, don't worry, I have panties underneath this. I think these are panties, if I'm not mistaken, and she just painted around and under the panties. So essentially she's wearing sort of a version of what would be considered a swimsuit, I'm assuming. How do I feel as a man if this happens and I'm working out? I'm getting my pump on, not talking about jiu-jitsu training. That would be very weird, but just lifting weights, right, in a gym. How would I feel? I wouldn't be offended. As a grown man, I'd see it. I'd say, oh, look, another needy moron. Get the away from me. Let me get my workout in. This is what has to be held as truth. And I know this is going to be tough for some of you guys to understand, but two things can be true. One is you're a needy moron who should feel like an idiot for doing this. You're so desperate for attention, so desperate for people to like you and pay attention to you that you'll do anything to make that happen. But also, I don't give a stay away from me. Both of those things can be true, but there's certain guys that take this stuff very personal. And obviously, if this is in a specific state where this sort of indecent exposure is prohibited, then there's a legal ramification there as well. So that's something to just consider. Now, in her defense, she posted this picture that some women work out in this attire, and you're not saying anything. This is basically what she was wearing underneath the paint. So that's her argument. Her argument is blah, 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 saying what she says. Get a Load goes, I speak for all of us when I say we're praying for your downfall. You did this to bait reactions and bait engagement on Twitter, grabbing the low-hanging fruit. It's true. They call this impression farming, where basically you use your body or salacious content that is polarizing inherently to garner attention and to obviously make money. That's exactly what she's doing. I did a little bit of searching and I found a guy named Jesse James West, who has a huge channel, 3.39 million subscribers, but also averages a lot of views. And he did something very similar where he essentially painted his body.
For the next 24 hours, I'm wearing nothing but body paint to see if anyone notices my fake clothes. Starting with a fitness class and working my way up to pranking one of the most strict institutions.
Okay, so this is the guy from the image that she posted. So this is not a private gym. It seems that this is actually a public gym.
We got up at 5 a.m. today to do this. Let's paste the knee up and let's get painted.
Okay, so you saw that. He had underwear underneath it, and now he's gonna go into public settings.
Here, dodging hands, okay? You're dodging hands. I'm throwing hands at you.
These are all women as well, and I feel like that's a little bit more disrespectful. Like I said, it's a gym full of dudes, and a girl comes in, even if she's naked, like, oh my God, like, dude, we're men. What the is she gonna do? Like, dude, like, she can't even physically impose herself on us. This is a dude doing it around women, so it's a little bit more sketchy in my opinion. I know I wouldn't like it, but you guys definitely like this video. What?
Now we're getting kicked out.
We're getting kicked out?
Harry said that people are complaining, so we gotta go.
Well, we're kicked out. It's an early day right now. We're not done.
He's now outside of the scope of a gym, which I can kind of be like, it's decently okay, but it's also creepy and you're needy just like her. But now he's in public, right? This is where you could possibly be in presence of a child. So for me, this is actually a lot worse than what Natalie Reynolds did. So this is borderline sex offender behavior. Am I wrong? Am I wrong for saying that? Because if we're gonna attack the girl, and I'm okay with attacking her, but my man here is doing the same exact thing. All I'm saying is if we're gonna call her out, we also have to call him out. Natalie Reynolds, what do you guys think about her? Is she a complete piece of work, or do you think people are overreacting on the internet? I really stress you guys to go over to her ex and look at the comments. I mean, it's pretty bad. Like she's under some severe fire, and what she's gonna experience now is a slight tick up in viewership and donations, but ultimately, unless she can sustain this, which nobody really can, it's all gonna come crashing down as it typically does. I enjoy covering degeneracy from time to time. It works as a really good antithesis to what I typically push in my pinned comment below. That's my free mailing list. If you guys are interested in joining it, we focus on discipline, positive habits, how to overcome vices and better yourself. I put a lot of energy into it, and I answer every single email. So if you're interested in getting a hold of me, that's a great way to do it. Strangle Gang, as always, stay strong, and I'll see you in the next one.